Modern day siren, beckoning listeners in with a personality and voice that can be heard throughout the talent that is the ocean of the Irish music industry, is Dublin's own Miranda Faul, and she's with us backstage right now on the VIP. Miranda, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm brilliant. Look, Miranda, we do this thing on the show where the theme is that we're backstage. So are you aware of what a rider is?
A tech rider.
Yes, exactly. So you can have anything you want in your changing room beforehand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the question would be, what would be your 3 must-haves on your rider? Yeah, and now the world is your oyster.
I've never got to think about this before. In a dream world, what would be on my rider? I guess some nice food. So I'll go for some Thai food.
Nice.
Something nice to drink. Maybe some Prosecco just to celebrate my first rider.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then a midnight snack. I'd go for some dark chocolate.
Oh my God. I love how you took this and you just went full restaurant with this 3-course meal.
Food means a lot to me.
Nice one. So hi, this is Adam from the future, because during the call I kept saying Miranda Faul, and that is not Miranda's name. And even before we got into the call, we had this conversation. Miranda, this is going to be a random question, but I just want to make sure. Miranda Faul, is that how you pronounce your last name?
It's actually fall. It's like fall over.
Miranda Faul. Okay, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Okay. So you can imagine how this went. I continued to use the name Foul like an absolute tool. But Miranda's been an absolute champion about it, and I started to correct things towards the end. So then I asked her, where did the name come from?
My dad is Irish, but it doesn't look like an Irish name. So I don't know where it came from, really. He says it comes from French princesses, but I think he might have made that up.
He sounds like a keeper anyway, so we could just work with that. Yeah, we'll leave that to the Wikipedia people out there to find out. Okay, so our Thai food, Prosecco, dark chocolate, they're locked in. So now let's get to know even more about Miranda. Where did this voice and style come from? It's so unique. It has such a fantastic blend of your sound, and I'd just love to know where this originated.
Thank you. That's not a very easy question to answer, because I can't really see one place where what I would think of as my sound now originated. But I guess because I only really started writing my own songs when I was 19, which was 5 years ago now. But I think I learned a lot of Adele covers when I was growing up, and I think I listened to a lot of R&B and also a lot of folk, so I've just always had that kind of dual influence when I've been writing my songs.
If I may, I'd love to nerd out with you, Miranda, because this kind of stuff just fascinates me. So right, you released Renegade in March 2023, right? I want to talk about your production and this identity, because you have this beautiful double layering and harmony on your vocals, and it tends to accompany the song the whole way throughout. And not often does an act come in and straight off the riff have this polished and established sound. So I want to know, how did you go in and already know this? Were you getting inspiration from other singers? Did it just sound right in your head and it came out in studio? How did you do it?
Well, I think so. When I first started making terrible home demos of my songs, I think because I couldn't really produce, one of the only things I could do was make harmonies. So every time I write a song, I just have this really intense creative half a day or a day where I make the demo, and I just love making harmonies. I'm like, what ooh can I put here? What ah can I put here? But I think it's as well the first producer I started working with, he kind of loves harmonies, and so we kind of explored harmonies together. I haven't released the song that we worked on, but that's where I really experimented a lot with harmonies and found the style I have now.
You seem to hold it very strongly the whole way through. In fact, get stronger with it. I mean, Delicate, Serotonin for My Brain. You dropped it in April. I freaking loved it. And then, of course, 24, you released the very next month. And you do drop the lyric in there. I'm 24 since yesterday. Is that factually true when you wrote the song?
So my birthday's in November, and I wrote that song in October. So it was a month before I turned 24. But I'd been having this really intense conversation with my mum about everything, and I was thinking about turning 24. And I think it was just because I thought there are 24 hours in a day. I'm 24 since yesterday. It just sounded nice, but I was actually a month off 24. I was just thinking about my birthday.
I love it. Like you lied, but at the same time you work it so beautifully, so that's totally fine. I'm down to accept it. And then the next track you bring out, You Would Have Let Me Down. It feels bolder, it feels bigger. You dropped that on October, so it seems like somehow this growth continues to happen, even though we talked about having refined your sound a year ago, and now you're bringing out this debut EP, Rise and Run, November 8th.
Yeah.
What's there to expect, Miranda?
Well, the title track is a bit more like my song Delicate in terms of it's a bit more of an electro pop production. But then I've got Not Much of a Man and Delicate on there too, which are kind of in between electro pop and pop. And then just got You Would Have Let Me Down as a very kind of folk pop intro exit, I mean, without those kind of electronic elements as much.
How many tracks are going to be on this bad boy?
4 songs. I had a couple more and I thought I'd rather just have 4 that I feel really happy with and that I feel represent me right now, so I went for the 4.
Nice one. And there's kind of something that I noticed when I was doing a little bit of research, which always feels strange to say to somebody like over the phone, to be like, so I was looking you up. I was Googling you, I was. And I noticed that you have got a lot of live events under your belt since the short run that you have been playing music. Is there any particular event that stood out for you?
Ooh, I think like when I played at Bloom last year, that really felt like, for me, because I hadn't played so many bigger stages before, that was a really special one. But this year, I think because I started playing with my band a lot in Dublin. We've played some lovely gigs. I think Session La Carja is a lovely one. That's once a month in Dublin. We played that in June. We played the Works Festival, which is the grassroots festival in Dublin in August. That was lovely as well. Okay, so you're really just, Dublin is just like hailing your name over there right now, and they will continue to hail it on November 12th when you're in Whelan's to celebrate the EP. Are you looking forward to it? Yes, I'm so excited. It's 2 weeks today. Yeah, so it's my first ever headline show in Dublin, so it's a bit terrifying but very exciting. Nice. And you're getting the band already. How many of you is there in it? Yeah, so there are 5 of us. There's me on vocals and acoustic guitar, and then we've got lead guitar, bass, drums and piano. And sorry, you were playing something at the same time of singing? You're on? Oh yeah, I always play acoustic guitar. Nice. Okay. Is that your weapon of choice? It is. I sometimes write with piano, but I always sing and play my songs with guitar. Okay, so you find that writing with piano kind of expresses more of how you want to write than with the guitar? I think, and I think I can be more creative with chords because I studied piano all my life, so I understand a little bit more like what chords are in what key, and I can experiment a bit more when I'm using piano as a bass, but then I'll just learn how to play that on guitar because I'm more comfortable playing it. Interesting, because this is a conversation I had with another musician only recently when it comes to creating a track with the different instruments. Do you feel after you've written for piano and then you transcribe that over to guitar, do you still feel that same energy and atmosphere that you did with the piano, or do you think it's a little different? I think it's very different because even like my song Delicate, I just wrote that over guitar and I recorded it over guitar, and then Cian, who produced it, created something completely different out of it, and it does feel like a different song to me, and I love both versions, but I think it does definitely change the mood a lot. We've obviously got the EP arriving very, very shortly, November 8th. We have your gig in Whelan's, November 12th. Where can people get the tickets? The tickets can be got from the Whelan's website, and then on all my social media, I've got the link in all my bios. Boom. And what's your Instagram handle, Miranda Faul? It's Miranda _ Son of a I'm so sorry. Well, actually, I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. I'm so sorry. I think it will make me more easy to find because my Instagram name is @Miranda _ Faul, and that's FAUL, but it doesn't look like Faul. It looks like Foul, so I can be Foul. Okay. But for the record, for anybody who goes up and talks to Miranda after the gig when it's sold out and everyone's after enjoying a great night of music, Miranda Faul. Don't be me. Everybody be better than me. Miranda, you've been an absolute joy to talk to. It's actually been so much fun. I want to find other things to talk about, honestly. Like if there's, what are you doing at the week? What are you doing for Halloween? I did my Halloween. So, I'm going to the studio in Cork on Saturday, and I'm such a hermit the week before the studio because I'm terrified I'll mess up my voice. I'm probably sitting at home watching a movie. I played a gig on the bank holiday though, and I decided I'd dress up as the Greek muse of music, which meant I just wore a dress and some gold jewellery. So I said to my guitar player, that was my plan. So he turned up in a full-on toga to be a god. And I just looked like I was like this ridiculous person in a dress beside him. I was like, oh my God, I made no effort at all. Those are the friends you need in life. And the fact that they're your band members, even more kudos. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I like it. I still have no idea what I'm doing. I've always threatened as going as Harry Potter.
I don't know. Yeah, and there's a reason I've heard people say that I look like Daniel Radcliffe from Harry Potter, just far less successful. But if I can take off the impression that I look like him, maybe I can show up. But I'm a Ravenclaw, unfortunately, Miranda. I'm a Ravenclaw.
Oh, so, no.
Yeah.
I am a Gryffindor.
Oh, okay. So do you have the jumper then? Do you have a Gryffindor jumper?
No. I'm not a very good fan.
Yeah, the reason why I'm Ravenclaw is because I spent like $120 plus tax in America when I went to Universal, and I got the Ravenclaw jumper because I love the color.
Oh,
so yeah, now whenever I take those Harry Potter quizzes online, I will do everything I can for that to come out Ravenclaw to justify my purchase.
Has it ever come out Gryffindor?
Unfortunately not. I've actually been sticking pretty well with Ravenclaw, but I think, yeah, do you know when you're really conscious of it, your brain is like, this is what a Ravenclaw would do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You could be Luna Lovegood, but that might be a bit more difficult. Is she a Ravenclaw?
God, it's a great question. I think she was. Look at you with your Harry Potter knowledge.
I think she is, yeah.
Luna Lovegood. Yeah. I think she was Ravenclaw too. We'll let the people of the internet decide if we're right or wrong. They're always cool about this kind of stuff. I'm sure they won't mind telling us how wrong or right we are.
I'll get knitting a Gryffindor scarf. I need a winter knitting project.
Oh my God, that'd be fantastic.
Every winter, I start knitting a scarf. I finish it in May or June because I'm really slow, and then I don't wear it. And then I forget it again the next winter.
Yeah, Gryffindor. That's got my vote anyway. Have you ever met anybody this difficult to remember a name in your life? I hope not.
I actually can't say I have, but like that's a flex in itself.
I'll wear it, not proudly, but I'll have to wear it. Yeah. I don't have a choice. There's a podcast out there now with me just making mistakes all over this. Miranda, who I respect very dearly and should not be mirrored in my stupidity of not being able to say a name correctly. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us here on the VIP. We're super looking forward to Rise and Run on November 8th. And best of luck with what is no doubt going to be an unbelievable night in Whelan's on November 12th. Don't forget to get your tickets on whelans.com and check out Miranda on Miranda_Faul Faul on Instagram. Yes. It's been a pleasure, and hopefully not too long before we chat again.
Thank you so much, Adam. It's been lovely.